So moving right along to this practice called the 8 vessels. So it's a practice that we do primarily in the summertime, early summer, and in the wintertime. And it's a way to bring in heat for the winter and dispense of heat in the summer. So yes, you're going to get warm, but it actually in that, it's getting the heart moving, getting the blood flowing through the body. And this is the time of the heart energy. So without further ado, we're going to inhale up and exhale. So this leads us to a practice called the Dao Yi, which is more of a yoga-like practice. And we will be getting into that as well through these next few weeks. But all of these 8 vessel movements or postures will be in that. Not all of them actually, but most of them will. So we're going to start with the feet out about shoulder width apart. And our first vessel is called 7-pointed star. Just a quick hint, all of these vessels, the vessels are basically the extraordinary meridians. They are the wells per se, or like the lakes that the meridians feed from. So they're internal in our bodies, they're deep in the body, and they're energy sources. So they're seen as kind of that life force energy where the rest of the meridians. So for example, the conception vessel and governing vessel is the first thing that's formed in utero. So we have this conception vessel coming up the front, the governing vessel going down the back. And so anything that we do in the spine is moving that energy through the conception and governing vessels, okay? Then we have the thrusting vessel, which goes straight up the center of the body, and that's where the chakras are centered at. The chakra or the energy centers are up that thrusting vessel. And then we have the belt vessel, and that's the third one to get created in utero, and that's the kind of bounding of all of the organs in the body. So they're seen as a spiral all the way up. So they also align with the energy centers, and it goes all the way up over the head. And then we have these linking vessels and heel vessels. So there's a vessel that connects from your heel all the way up through the head, and it follows several different meridians, right side, left side, and then from the linking vessels go from right side to left side to right side. So I'll kind of try to, let you know what vessels are being worked in what postures. So let's begin with the hands coming forward and settling back. So we're going to be in this little modified horse stance. Okay, so medium frame horse stance. On the inhale, float the arms forward. On the exhale, we'll float them back down. So let's just get that part of the movement going. Inhale as we float forward, and exhale as we sink. Inhale, and then exhale. And this next one, we're going to inhale, and then turn out those hands. So we're back into that embracing the heart posture that we started with in the earlier class. And then you're going to shift to your right side. Now taking your left foot, and you're going to rotate from this hip in, so the toes are turned towards your right. Then you turn at the waist, find your natural stop. So it might not be all the way, but it will be a natural stop. And you want to make sure that the hands are still aligned with your chest. So the space, your sternum is in the center of your fingertips. Then we breathe in and we breathe out. Now you want to make sure that this right knee is bent and tracking over your second and third toe. The hip is behind that. So the hip isn't over here. It's in line with that knee and the foot. So these first few postures are pretty challenging in the beginning, but as your legs get stronger, it'll get easier. So we can start with the toes, the left toes pointing to the right toes, or can you maybe get more of a 90-degree turn so that the toes are maybe facing more of the arch of the foot or the heel. Don't force it. If the knee's not happy, don't do it. Go where your body tells you. Also, the left heel is down. So there's a heel vessel involved, right? I just mentioned that. We're also rotating at the waist, so there's a belt vessel, and there's a lift and a rounding. So primarily the belt vessel and the heel vessels are what's going on here. Breathe in and exhale out. So now we're going to inhale back through the center, lower the arms and sink. And we come over to the left, inhale, bring the arms back up. So you want to start with the knee, the weight is in the heel, the knee is bent, tracking over the second and third toe, the hip is back, and then we're going to just rotate that right foot inward, drop that back heel, feel a stretch in the calf, and then rotate the waist. So you should feel this right in that outside quad. Breathe in, breathe out, pushing the wrists forward. And there is a line from the crown of the head down to your heel, or from the heel to the crown of the head. And then you want to try to keep that alignment. So it's not leaning back. We want to kind of keep with that. The leg is like a kickstand. Breathe in and breathe out. So on the next inhale, I'm going to come up and exhale as you come back to the center. Now we're going to move through that. So inhale, shift, turn, exhale. Inhale back through the center, sink on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3. So you're sinking, shift over to the right, set the foot, and out, 2, 3, 4. In, sink, out, shift in, turn, drop, out. Okay, one more time. Inhale, 3, 4, sink, shift, turn in, and drop. Heel. Good. One more, then we're going to add on. Set. Inhale to the left. Turn the foot, drop the heel, exhale, press the wrist out. Good. Now second one. So your left hand is going to come down the back of your hip. Your right hand is going to go up. With your right hand going up, you're going to lift the back heel, your right heel. Okay. Now we're going to keep, so your right hand's going up, palm to the ceiling. Left hand is right behind my hip. Can't really see it, but it's there. And it's going down to the floor. Now I'm going to sink and drop that back knee. I'm going to hug this right knee right under the left. Try to keep your back straight and your head up. So you're just flexing that upper body, and then you're going to twist and look behind you. So this is all thrusting vessel because we're sinking and pouring energy up and out of the crown, as well as belt vessel, since we're twisting and squeezing, spiraling to the back. So we're going to breathe in 3 times and exhale, Sink a little lower, maybe. Inhale, try to get that hip, track your hip down. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to come back up. So as we come back through the center, you're going to yin yang the arms. So that left hand is now coming up as the right hand goes down. Shift your weight. Make sure that this foot tracks forward, knee over the toes, and then you're going to pick up that left foot, left heel, lifting the left palm to the ceiling, right palm down to the floor. Tuck that knee underneath and just try to get the knee to come towards your right heel. Tuck under the tail, keep the head floating up so your left hand is right over the crown of the head, drawing the energy up, and your right hand is drawing the energy down. So there's a spiraling and a thrusting. Breathe in, breathe out. Try to keep the shoulders back and down. Breathe in, keep the neck nice and long. Breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Good. Take the arms out and turn the toes in. Third vessel, third and fourth actually, but third vessel stance. Conception and governing vessels. So with the toes turned in, knees in, hips pulled in, we're going to inhale and push out the walls. Roll the shoulders back, and we're going to lift through that conception vessel. We're tucking the chin, but lifting the heart. The tailbone goes back. We're stretching from the crown of the head to the pubic bone. Then exhale as you send the fingertips towards each other and hug the tree round the back. So now I'm tucking the tailbone in, dropping the chin, looking down, rounding that back. Inhale, open, press, look up. Exhale, round, hollow, pull up and in, look down. Now side view is going to look like this. Inhale, arching, conception governing vessels, exhale, rounding. Inhale, pressing two poles, it's called. Exhale, round. And we'll do one more. Inhale, press. Exhale and round. Good. Inhale, unravel those feet and exhale. So we've done this next one a few times. It's called twisting like a rope. So we're going to start, and we're just going to bring this side to side. So we're going to start with the right toes turned out, shift to that right, step across with the left. As you step across, you take the weight right off that back heel. Then you tuck your right knee under. And now this is squared off. Your shoulders and your hips are squared off, facing the front. And you're pulling your right hip forward as your left hip goes back, crossing deeply at the inner thighs. And then we're going to come back and then just shift. So just doing the lower body. So we turn out that left foot now, step across and pull your left hip forward, right hip back. Good. Come back out. 1, 2, 3, step, squeeze. Then come back up. 1, 2, 3, step and squeeze. And now we'll add the arms. So as that left leg comes forward, the left arm does that. Right arm comes out. Okay, so show me your palm, bear claw, turn the light bulb. I'm coming back. 2, 3, 4, right. Step and sink. And in, 2, 3, 4, step out, sink. In, so if your knees are good and healthy, maybe you can step and sink all the way down or a little bit farther down. You know, and I spend too much time coming right back out of that and This is level 1, staying high, coming back, 2, 3, 4, level 1, stay high. Level 2, become a little bit more center, about halfway. Level 2 on the other side. 4, set. Good, come back out. 2, 3, 4, set. Level 3, we'll be coming all the way. Good, inhale back to center. 3, 4, level 3, last one. Good, come back to center. And set. Okay, so half moon. We're going to send the hands up over the head. We're going to shift over to your right side, left side, turning the right foot out. Okay, now your right foot is turned out, lifting the toes, straight leg. Pull back your left elbow. So we're going to feel that stretch right across this side. So it is the linking vessel, right? So we're coming across to that opposite leg. So your left hand goes right over your forehead and you're looking at the right wall. Your right hand's going to draw down like you're opening a window. And you're going to look through that window and really open the side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now what's going on in the legs here? A lot, actually. Watch that the knee doesn't roll out or cave in and that the hip sits back. So how do we take the levels? Is high one level, level 1. Level 2, maybe you sink down a little bit. Level 3, really opening. And then we're going to sweep those arms over and go right into the other side, flexing out that left foot, sit back into the right hip, and open that window, pulling back on that elbow, side body, breathe in. Breathe out. So level 1 is high. Level 2 is a little bit lower. Actually, level 1 could be here. Level 2 could be with that, with the toes up on the heel. Level 3 just be a little bit wider and open, sinking a little bit farther back, really getting into that leg. Now, so the moving 1, 2, 3, 4, or flexed, and then we sweep. 1, 2, 3, 4, sweep. 2, 3, 4, sweep. 1, 2, 4. Good. So that one's a new one, perhaps. The idea with that one is to get into that picture half moon. Your body is that moon that shows. So there's this rounded thing going on, this whole, you know, it's like the crescent moon, which is what this is crescent moon, half moon, crescent moon. But that's where we're really wanting to get this open and rounded. So it's not here and it's not here. It's pulling back. So that's the trick with that one. So this next one we've done, here we go. Balancing posture, looking at the North Star, okay, in crane pose. So taking the palms up, and we'll do left leg up first. Up, cover the knee. Now, so the left leg is up. That's going to tell me I'm going to twist to that left. So to counterbalance, we can't have the leg here. It's got to be crossed over the center line of the body. Notice the kneecap is level with my navel, just about. Ugh, there. This is really good to open up that lower back and trying to get that knee right up into your belly button, nice and tight, feeling that stretch in the lower back feels really good, especially after a weekend of gardening. And then, so that's set, and the arms just come out. Eventually they're gonna go back, but you're just touching, grazing that elbow, and then we're gonna lift the heart. So left side of your chest comes up, and you're gonna reach and look back. So maybe you just reach back first. See, there it is. I'm not gonna look, but there it is. There's the North Star. So maybe look if the balance is there. And let's switch sides. So shake that leg that we were standing on out. Okay. So other side, palms forward, pull up that knee, cover the right knee with the left, or the left knee with the right. And again, we can pull that knee up a little bit, feel that stretch in that lower back. So we don't want that. We want to bring the knee to the chest, not the chest to the knee. So just watch that. And then we want to take those hands out, and then I'm going to raise them up and back. And then start to look back. Actually, the easiest thing is to go and look and get it. Okay, coming down. So there's a little hop, but we're not going to do that part. So basically, you're going right from that to that. Balanced is the practice, so we're doing 1 and 2. Okay. So with balance and with control. Okay, so let's actually do one more. We're going to face that left corner, your right corner. And from here, you're going to step this leg behind you. Okay, so we're in a tiger stance. This is riding the tiger. And the idea is that it actually is a split. I'm not going to do a split, but the idea is to go beyond a warrior 2 stance. So this leg is actually going out to be a little straighter than a normal warrior 2. But it takes some strength, so ease into it. Make sure the knee tracks the second and third toe, and it stays in line with that. Center of the hip, center of the knee, center of the toe. The outer leg is at a 45-degree angle. It's so more like a warrior 1 stance if you were looking at it in the yoga way. Warrior 2 would be with that back of the foot parallel to the back mat. So we're going into that 45-degree. So if you're riding the white tiger, or you're protecting yourself from a white tiger, you want make sure that one arm is protecting your face and the other arm is protecting the internal organs. So here it is. That's your stance. And you're working on just, widening, doing that split, being strong. Now watch your back knee that it's not overextended. It should be slightly bent, a little more bent than extended, okay? So you've got that power in that leg. So you're pushing into the outer part of the foot. You feel it nice and strong right into the outer part of the quad and outer part of the ankle. Now we're going to switch sides. So just pull in that back or the front foot. So it's your left foot. Just switch the arms and look to the back as you turn out your right toes. So again, knee tracks with the center toes and the center of the hip. And nice and tall. Pull that right arm back over the head. Kind of sit deep into that stance. Then we'll switch. Turn it in. Come into the stance. So leaning forward. switch into that stance. So it is a heel vessel, switch into that stance. Good, one more switch, go right into the, right in the tiger. Good. So we're going to switch one more time, come into riding tiger the way we came in. And now we're going to move that back leg halfway in. Then you're going to slide, shift the weight to the back leg, sliding the front leg. So we're going into cat stance. Okay, cat stance. That toe is on the floor, just the toe. Your weight is on that right heel. Make sure you're tracking knee and hip as usual, but your hands are now going into natural palm. I don't know if you can see so palm is open. I slide the first index finger halfway down the middle finger. Okay, same thing with that hand. Left foot's out, left hand is up. Right hand is right underneath, so that middle finger is pointing to the elbow and palm is facing out. So it's a split here, right? I'm splitting and palming. All right, so now we're going to switch sides. All I'm going to do is change the weight to the right foot or left foot, cross that left elbow over the right, slide as I point the toe into cat stance. Okay, so just change sides. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. So then we can do this again. I can go and do it to the right side or left side. And then do a 180 to the right side. And then coming back through the center and set. We did it. All 8 postures. Very nice. Very, very good. So that's what we're going to do for another couple of, we'll do that for the rest of this week and into next week. And then we'll add in this Dao Yi yoga practice. And that's going to be our focus for about 4 or 5 weeks here. So we'll inhale to close. And out. 2. Join the palms together. All right, nice job. Thanks, guys, for sticking around, and we will see you next time.